Good morning, students. Aldehydes and ketones will undergo nucleophilic addition reactions. Okay. Now, in previous class, we have seen that how they will undergo nucleophilic addition reactions. That is mechanism. And what about the reactivity of aldehydes and ketones? Aldehydes are more reactive than ketones. What are the reasons for that one? After that, some examples of nucleophilic addition reactions we started. We have completed reaction with HCN. Reaction with HCN, aldehydes or ketones will undergo reaction with HCN to form cyanohydrin. In what way that cyanohydrin will be formed? All these things we have seen in the yesterday's class. Now we will just go through that continuation. Next one is small 2. Under examples of nucleophilic addition reactions, first one we completed reaction with HCN. This is second one, reaction with NaHSO3. Reaction with NaHSO3. Name of this compound is sodium bisulfite. What is the name of this compound? Sodium bisulfite or sodium hydrogen sulfite. Both are same only. Sodium bisulfite or sodium hydrogen sulfite. Yes. Double bond O. OH, O minus, Na plus. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. This is NaHSO formula. Double bond O. OH, O minus, S, double bond O, OH, O minus, Na plus. This is the total compound NaHSO3. Okay, now reaction with NaHSO3. Aldehyde or ketone commonly contains C double bond O. Reacts with NaHSO3 to form. Here what is the charge present on Na? Positive. Total HSO3 minus. This HSO3 minus is this one. This is HSO3 minus. In that HSO3 minus, which one has negative charge? Oxygen has negative charge. Okay? Now, C double bond O. In what way it will undergo reaction? Out of double bond, this pi bond will be shifted to oxygen. Then oxygen is getting negative charge and carbon is getting positive charge. This is getting negative, this is getting positive. Out of these two, which one is positive? Na plus, and this is HSO3 minus. Okay, then this HSO3 minus will be reacted with carbon. HSO3 minus will be reacted with carbon. See, in what way? Actually, this HSO3 minus means O minus, charge is O minus now. So, O SO2H. OSO2H. Next, this O minus will attack Na plus. O minus will attack Na plus to be formed as ONA. This is the compound. Once again, C double bond O is going to react with NaHSO3. This is reversible reaction, ma. Na plus HSO3 minus. Actually, HSO3 minus, we will think that H minus will be there. But in that HSO3 minus, oxygen will be getting negative charge. This is the structure of HSO3 minus. OH, O minus, S double bond O. Now, this is Na plus. Okay. Now, this pi bond is shifted towards oxygen. O is getting negative charge. Carbon is getting positive charge. Carbon positive charge is attacked by HSO3 minus, and it will be getting OSO2H like this. Next, O minus will attack this Na plus to be formed as ONA. This is first step. Next, the second step is also a reversible reaction in which hydrogen present here will be shifted to here and sodium will be shifted to here. That is called proton transfer. H plus is nothing but proton, ma, because it has one proton, and proton transfer will be happened to be formed as C bond OSO2Na, here OH, OSO2Na and OH. Okay, just simply this H plus will be transferred here and Na plus will be transferred here. That means here instead of H we will get Na plus, this Na plus, and instead of Na here we will get H, OH. This is called proton transfer, second step. So this is complete reaction, ma. Once again, C double bond O, aldehydes or ketones containing carbonyl group, reacts with NaHSO3 to be formed as this product. This product is involved with proton transfer to be formed as COSO2NaOH. Okay, now important point in this one is both are reversible reactions. Okay, now my question is, if this is aldehyde or ketone, particularly aldehydes or ketones, which is more reactive? In last class already we have seen that aldehydes are more reactive than ketones. When aldehydes are more reactive than ketones, they will participate in the reaction very quickly and they will form the products easily. That's why if this is aldehyde, this reversible reaction is there, na? That is product side, means more amount of products will be formed. This equilibrium will be present towards product side. Meaning of that one, when it is aldehyde will undergo reaction very fastly when compared to ketone. When it undergoes reaction fastly, it will form as products fastly. So more amount of products will be formed by aldehydes when compared to ketones. Then when this equilibrium reaction is present, coming to aldehydes, this equilibrium will be present towards product side because they are high reactive. If it is ketone, this equilibrium will be present towards reactant side. Because they are less reactive, slowly they will undergo reaction. Easily they cannot form the products. Are you able to understand? Once again, if this C double bond O is particularly aldehyde or ketone, what about the thing here? Okay, if the C double bond O is aldehyde, generally aldehydes are more reactive than ketones. When aldehydes are more reactive than ketones, they will be participating in the reaction very fastly and they will be formed as products easily, correct? Then this equilibrium will be towards product side because more amount of products will be formed, because of that it will be towards product side. If it is a ketone, this equilibrium will be towards reactant side only. Towards reactant side because reactants cannot participate in the reaction easily. So maximum amount of reactants will be there, less amount of products will be there. That is the thing we have to observe here. And one more point is there, that one I will tell. Before that, I think you are very clear about this one. This is NaHSO3 structure. negative charge is present on oxygen. That's why here we wrote, by using this negative charge O, it will be formed a bond with carbon. Carbon is electrophile. Okay? If you understood very much clear about this one, I will go through what about the next point in this reaction. Okay? Before going to that one, finally, what is the product formed? When aldehyde or ketone reacts with NaHCO3, NaHSO3, we got one product, that product is water soluble. In carbonyl group, that is aldehyde or ketone, reacts with NaHSO3, we will get the final product. That product is water soluble. This water soluble compound, this tendency to be water soluble is useful to separate aldehydes or ketones from another compounds. To separate aldehydes or ketones from another compounds. In what way? By using this method, we can separate aldehydes or ketones from another compounds. We will see now. Let us see now. Suppose we have a mixture of compounds. In that mixture, we have aldehydes plus alcohols. Like that, 2 or 3 functional groups we have. Alcohols, carboxylic acids, all are mixed and form like a mixture. That mixture we have. Okay. That is total this mixture now. Here we have aldehydes, carboxylic acids plus alcohols, all are present. From this mixture, we want to separate aldehydes. Okay, reaction of that aldehydes with NaHCO3 will be useful to separate that aldehyde. In what way? See, for this total mixture, what we are going to do? We are going to add NaHSO3. Please observe carefully, man. For this total mixture, we are going to add NaHSO3. Then, this NaHSO3 will be reacted with aldehyde. NaHSO3 will be reacted with aldehyde. If it reacts with aldehyde, previously we have seen what is the product formed. Correct? That product will be formed. So, NaHSO3 plus aldehyde will form one product. That product is water soluble. Then what we will do? After formation of the product, we will add water to the total mixture. After aldehyde reacts with NaHSO3, okay, now what we will get? We will get the product plus other functional groups. Product plus other functional groups. To this total mixture, I am going to add water. This is second step now. I am going to add water. Then what will be happen? Particularly this water is going to be soluble with product. This product is going to be soluble in water. One small example, 1 minute now. Here we have other functional groups which are not soluble in water. Other functional groups which are not soluble in water. From that other functional groups which are not soluble in water, we can separate these aldehydes. Okay. Now, these are other functional groups which are not soluble in water. Aldehyde already reacts with that substance NaHSO3 to form the product. For that we are going to add water. When water is added, in this water only this product is getting soluble. In this water only that product is going to be soluble to be formed as that product plus water as one layer. because product is just getting soluble in water, na, that is separated layer. Remaining other functional groups will be formed as another layer. So we can separate them easily. After separation, this product plus water is there. Na? From that again we can get aldehydes and ketones simply by hydrolysis, reverse reaction. That every reaction is reversible reaction. Na? If you just hydrolyze that one, easily we can get back aldehydes or ketones from the substance which is formed when aldehydes and ketones reacted with NaHSO3. The product can be reversed back to aldehydes or ketones easily by hydrolysis process. In this way we can separate aldehydes or ketones by using this technique. This is simple one only. In textbook they give one small point only. That is, this method is useful to separate aldehydes or ketones from other functional groups. That one only they give. Okay, but this is the method. When we have a mixture of compounds in which aldehydes and other functional groups which are not soluble in water, for that mixture, total mixture, we will add NaHSO3. Then only that aldehydes or ketones will react with that NaHSO3 to be formed as one product which is soluble in water. We have seen that product also. That product which is soluble in water and other substances which are present there only. For the total mixture, we are going to add water. In that water, that product which is formed will be soluble, but other functional groups won't be soluble in water, because already we told that those other functional groups must not be soluble in water. Okay, now then this product plus water and other functional groups will be formed as two layers. When they are formed as two layers, easily we can separate them by using the filtration technique. Okay. After completion of that one, we will get this product plus water. After getting this that product plus water, from that product again we can get back that aldehydes or ketones by hydrolysis of the substance, that product. Okay, this is about first. What about the reaction with NaHSO3 we have seen? When NaHSO3 is going to react with aldehydes or ketones, what is the substance to be formed? And when we take particularly aldehydes, equilibrium will be shifted towards right side, that means product side. When we take ketones, equilibrium will be present left side. Okay, ma. Next, this technique is used to separate aldehydes or ketones from other substances, other functional groups which are not soluble in water. This is way. This is second point. Other examples. First one, other examples, reaction with HCl. Second one, reaction with NaHSO3. This one, till this one we completed. Shall I go to the next one, ma? Okay. Next, third one. Reaction with alcohol. Third one, that is reaction with alcohol. When this carbonyl group C double bond O, if it reacts with alcohol, what are the substances to be formed? Now let us see one example. C double bond O reacts with 1 mole of ROH, alcohol. Okay, now what is going to happen? This C double bond O, again same thing, it will be shifted as, this pi bond is shifted as O minus, carbon is getting positive charge. Okay, now this ROH is there, in which this RO bond reaction with alcohol, this C double bond O reacts with ROH, in which this double bond is there, and a pi bond will be shifted towards oxygen. Then O will be getting negative charge, carbon is getting positive charge. Coming to ROH, this carbon-oxygen bond, which is more electronegative, oxygen, then that is shifted as O minus. It will form OH minus and R plus. Carbon is getting positive charge, oxygen is getting negative charge. Then this O minus will attack this carbon to form COH. This O minus means OH, OH minus will attack this carbon. So this O minus is going to form bond with carbon. This O minus carbon, here carbonyl group oxygen minus is there, na? It will attack R plus to be formed as OR. This is also reversible reaction only. Okay, this is called intermediate hemiester. What is the name of this intermediate? Hemiester. Now this hemiester, again it will undergo reverse reaction with one more alcohol, ROH. Now what is going to happen? Between this O and H, this bond is shifted as O minus and this is H plus. Next, here this bond is shifted as O minus. This is getting R plus. Between R and O, the bond will be cleaved. The bond will be cleaved towards O side. It will be formed as OH minus, and this is R plus. Now, O minus will attack R plus. H plus and OH minus will be combined as water to form C OR OR. This is second step. First step hemiester, second step acetal. Second step acetal. Okay, ma'am. This reaction will be happen in the presence of HCl. This reaction will be happen in the presence of HCl because in presence of HCl, this H plus is there, na? This H plus will protonize this oxygen. In presence of this HCl, this oxygen will be protonated. Protonated means this O minus will be reacted with this. Actually, this bond cleavage is there, na? Double bond, pi bond is there, na? The pi bond will be cleaved towards oxygen and O minus will attack this H plus. That is very fast in presence of HCl. So, here one point is there. This reaction will be happen in presence of HCl. That HCl will protonize the oxygen and fastly this double bond will be shifted towards oxygen, increases the electrophilicity of carbon. Increases the electrophilicity of carbon means carbon is getting electrophilic nature very fastly in presence of HCl and the reaction will be fast. Like a catalyst only it is. HCl is like a catalyst, no? Okay. In presence of this HCl, protonation of oxygen will be happen in which the double bond will be shifted towards oxygen very fastly and electrophilicity of carbon will be increased in presence of this HCl using like a catalyst. This is final reaction. Okay, now C double bond O will react with ROH. First step we will get hemiester. This hemiester again reacts with one more mole of ROH to be formed as acetal. This is about reaction with alcohol. Here we have seen C double bond O. Okay, ma'am. With ethylene glycol also we can see. What is that ethylene glycol reaction? We will see now. Let us see. Ethylene glycol is also one type of alcohol, which is diol. Ethan 1,2 diol is called ethylene glycol. General name is ethylene glycol. When the C double bond O reacts with ethylene glycol, CH2 OH, CH2 OH. Ethan 1,2 diol is called ethylene glycol. Here 2 moles of alcohol will not be required because this ethylene glycol itself it contains 2 OH groups. Okay, here directly I am writing the reaction because first one OH group will be reacted, after that second OH again it will react to remove water molecule. All this is instead of that one. Simply hydrogen here, oxygen here and hydrogen here will be removed as water. Then here carbon has the two bonds. No? One bond is formed with this O and another bond is formed with this O. One bond is formed with this O and another bond is formed with this O. Are you understanding? Now this is formed as, even this is also happened in presence of dry HCl. Okay. C O, this carbon forms bond with oxygen. CH2 oxygen, forming like a closed ring structure. Okay, now this is the way in which aldehyde or ketone, this carbonyl group, will be reacted with ethylene glycol to be formed as this product. In previous condition, those are normal ROH. Two ROHs are required to react with that one to be formed as ester. But here, the two OH groups are present in ethylene glycol only to be formed as this product. This is about reaction of aldehydes or ketones with alcohols. Here also, if you want to obtain from esters, this is called ketone. From esters or ketones, if you want to obtain back again aldehydes or ketones, simply we can hydrolyze this one. If you hydrolyze esters or ketones, we will get aldehydes or ketones easily. Because this is a reversible reaction, easily the reaction will be happened by hydrolysis. So one point you can write, acetals or ketones will undergo hydrolysis to form carbonyl group easily. That one point you can write it as note point. Okay, ma'am? Esters or ketones will undergo hydrolysis to be formed as aldehydes or ketones. This is about third one. First one, reaction with HCN. Second one, reaction with NaHSO3. Third one, reaction with alcohol. Are you clear, ma'am? Aldehydes or ketones carbonyl group reacts with alcohols to be formed as esters or ketones. This is about third reaction. Next, fourth one. Reaction with Grignard reagent. Fourth one, reaction with Grignard reagent. This one already we know. When aldehydes or ketones react with Grignard reagent, we will get alcohols. Okay, that one we have seen in preparation of alcohols now. Once you can just revise that one. In preparation of alcohols, in our notes only, we have seen alcohols will be prepared from Grignard reagent. That is one technique we have seen, in which if formaldehyde reacts with Grignard reagent, you will get primary alcohol. Except formaldehyde, any aldehyde reacts with Grignard reagent, we will get secondary alcohol. If ketone reacts with Grignard reagent, we will get tertiary alcohol. Like that we have seen in what way alcohols will be prepared from aldehydes or ketones. Okay, now simply I will write that one. Reaction once you can see in preparations of alcohols. Now, formaldehyde. How this reaction will undergo mechanism, everything we have seen already. Please, if you can go through the preparations of alcohols. Even if you have a little bit doubt, just ask me, I will write on paper and I will send to you. Or otherwise in next class I will explain. Is it okay, ma'am? Immediately please give response to me regarding this reaction. Formaldehyde plus Grignard reagent. We will get primary alcohol. Next, aldehydes. Except formaldehyde. Reacts with Grignard reagent. We will get secondary alcohol. Next, ketone reacts with Grignard reagent. We will get tertiary alcohol. In this way, aldehydes or ketones, they will react with Grignard reagent to be formed as alcohols. Which substance will react with Grignard reagent to form which alcohol? That one we have seen clearly here. In what way the reaction will be taking place? We have seen in preparation of alcohols. These are all preparation of alcohols only. Okay? In presence of this dry ether. This is about reaction with Grignard reagent. This is fourth one. Next we will see fifth one more. You can note down. Fifth, reaction with ammonia and its derivatives. Reaction with ammonia and its derivatives. Okay, first, what is the formula of ammonia? NH3. That is normal molecule, NH3. So aldehydes are ketones. If they react with NH3, what is the substance to be formed? We will see. As well as what is meant by its derivatives. Derivatives are nothing but any one hydrogen present in ammonia can be substituted by any one group. For example, out of 3 hydrogens, one hydrogen is substituted by Z. Ammonia has 3 hydrogens. Out of those 3 hydrogens, one hydrogen is substituted by Z. What is that Z group? Depending on the Z group, that is called these are all called ammonia derivatives. Hydrogen present in ammonia is replaced by Z group. That is nothing but ammonia derivative. Now we have to see what is the Z group. Depending on that Z, how we will give the name, and if it reacts with carbonyl compound, how the product will be formed. Everything simply in one reaction. First I will mention that one. After that, what about the Z group, I will give one table column. Okay, but everywhere the reaction will be same only. Only Z is getting varied. Only Z is getting varied. That's why simply I am mentioning an overall reaction with only NH2Z. With only NH2Z. If the Z is equal to H, that is called ammonia. So overall reaction with ammonia and its derivatives. Ammonia and derivatives I am commonly representing with one general formula, that is NH2Z. Okay, let us see that one. Carbonyl group has C double bond O. Reacts with NH2Z. Between carbon and oxygen, which is more electronegative? Oxygen. So this bond will be shifted towards oxygen side. Oxygen will get negative and carbon will get positive. Between nitrogen and hydrogen, which is more electronegative? Nitrogen. Then this bond will be shifted towards nitrogen. N will be getting negative and H will be getting positive. Now, which is getting negative charge? Oxygen. This O minus will attack H plus. O minus will attack H plus. Next, this N minus will attack C plus to be formed as, this is reversible reaction. This is also reversible reaction. C OH. O minus will attack this H plus to be formed as OH. Next, this N minus will react with C plus. Then this N will form bond with C. N H Z. Remaining 2 bonds as it is. Same. Okay. This is the intermediate. When carbonyl group reacts with ammonia derivative, we will get this intermediate. Now, this intermediate will be converted to final product by dehydration. Dehydration means removal of water. Okay, from where removal of water will be happen? See here, no? Here OH. This OH along with this bond coming out as OH minus. Here NH is there, no? This bond I am representing like this. Now, this bond will be shifted as O minus to be formed as OH minus. Next, this NH bond, which is more electronegative between nitrogen and hydrogen, nitrogen. This is shifted towards nitrogen as N minus now. Immediately that N minus will be shifted as double bond. So directly I am mentioning this bond is shifted as C double bond. Are you able to understand? This NH bond is there, no? That bond is shifted as double bond. Then what will be happen? This OH minus and here H plus. OH minus and H plus will be removed as water. Then we will get the final product C double bond NZ, C double bond NZ plus H2O, OH minus and H plus. Just once check that whole reaction now, no problem. See, C double bond O reacts with NH2Z. First, this H plus will be attacked by O minus to be formed as OH, and this C plus will be attacked by N minus to be formed as CNHZ. Next step, dehydration will be happened. Dehydration is nothing but removal of water. From that substance, water will be removed to be formed as final product C double bond NZ. Okay, this whole reaction in which first step is reversible step, second step is single step only. As this is the reversible reaction, immediately this compound will undergo dehydration. We will make that compound to undergo dehydration to form the final product. This is the final product. This is whole reaction like a mechanism we can note down. Okay. In a simple way also, I will show this reaction. That one also you can note down. Now let us see. Is it clear now? Next. This much mechanism every time we won't write coming to ammonia derivatives. Okay, simply one technique is there, that is C double bond O. This is carbonyl group NH2Z. Simply two hydrogens, one and one oxygen will be removed as water. This double bond is there, na? It is formed with nitrogen. C double bond NZ. Over. This is the final product we got in previous thing also. Now see, same thing. Simply we remove water plus water. So from any ammonia derivative, NH2 is common. This Z only it is getting changed. Okay, then these two hydrogens and one oxygen will be removed as water to form this substance. What is this substance name? That is depending on Z. That is depending on Z. Now we will see what is that Z, what is the reagent, okay, and what is the substance to be formed when that is reacted with carbonyl compound. Let us see that one. Z. Reagent. Product. Name of product. What is that Z? If Z is equal to particular thing, what is the reagent? What is the product? Name of the product. Okay, ma. Before going to this one, what is the product everywhere we got? C double bond NZ. correct? C double bond NZ. Now let us see. If Z is equal to H, if Z is equal to H, reagent is NH3 common reagent general formula NH2Z. Please understand carefully. NH2Z. In that, if Z is equal to H, that is ammonia. So reagent name ammonia. What is the product? See, C double bond NZ. This is the product now. Now Z is equal to H only. Let us write the C double bond NH. C double bond NH. Now, what is the name of this product? This is imine. This is imine. IMINA. Next, if Z is equal to R group, Z is equal to R, NH2R, reagent name amine, RNH2 is called amine, we know already. Then C double bond O reacts with this one. This is the substance na. What is the Z na? R. So we will get the product C double bond NR. C double bond NR. This is called substituted imine. This is called substituted. Here, if H is there, NH, this is called simply imine. If H is there, this is simply called imine. Instead of H, if R is there, that is called substituted imine. This substituted imine is called Skiff's base. This is called Skiff's base. In next coming classes, we will get Skiff's reagent. That Skiff's reagent is different and Skiff's base will be different now. Observe carefully. This substituted imine is called Skiff's base. Skiff's base and Skiff's reagent both are different. In next coming classes, we will undergo that reaction of aldehydes or ketones with Skiff's reagent also. At that time, I will give clarity once again. This is second one. Next, third one. If Z is equal to NH2, if Z is equal to NH2, then reagent NH2, NH2. Everywhere NH2 is same only. Here H is there, here R, here NH2. This is called hydrogen. This is called hydrogen. What is the substance? C double bond NZ. C double bond N. What is the Z mark here? NH2. NH2. That is the product formed. What is the name of the product? Here what is the name? Hydrogen. Then that is hydrazone. This is hydrogen, that is hydrazone. The product name is hydrazone. Next. Z group is OH. Z group is OH. Then reagent will be everywhere NH2 same must see NH2OH. This Z group only is getting changed. NH2OH. What is the name? Hydroxyl amine. Hydroxyl amine. Hydroxyl group OH is there and NH2 group is there. Both are present. Amine. Hydroxyl amine. That is NH2OH. Now, what is the product formed? C double bond NOH. What is the Z group? OH. So simply C double bond NOH. Name of this compound is oxime. Name of this compound is oxime. We completed 4. Like this, 3 more are there. That 3 more also we will see. Okay. First, all of you note down clearly. These are important reactions only and simple reactions because these are all similar. In a similar way, they will undergo reactions. Shall I go to next one? Note down clearly, everyone. Everywhere the common product is C double bond NZ. If Z is equal to H, amine. If Z is equal to R, substituted amine. If Z is equal to NH2, hydrazone. If Z is equal to OH, oxide. Next. If Z is equal to NH C6H5. If Z is equal to NHC6H5, then what is the reagent? No? NH2 as it is same only. What is the R group? What is the Z group? Sorry, NH this one. NH C6H5. This is like hydrogen. NH2 is called hydrogen. In that, instead of hydrogen, we have phenyl group. That's why this name is, actually, this name is phenyl hydrogen. Please observe, what is the hydrogen we wrote now? NH2 we wrote it as hydrogen. In that, instead of hydrogen, we have phenyl group. Then this is called phenyl hydrogen. Okay. Now, when hydrogen reacts with C double bond, we got hydrazone like this. Here we will get phenyl hydrazone. Okay. Now, what is the reaction? What is the product? Here, this common product na C double bond N. After that, same only. What is the Z na? This one. Then NH phenyl. NH. You can write little bit elaborately, no problem. Okay, ma. I think it is visible for you, no problem at all. C double bond N NH. This is phenyl group. Name of the product: phenyl hydrazone. Previous one hydrazone. Simply it is hydrogen reacts with carbonyl compound to form hydrazone. Here phenyl hydrogen reacts with carbonyl compound to be formed as this substance. What is the name of this substance? Phenyl hydrazone. C double bond N NH phenyl group. Okay, next. NH. In phenyl group, second position NO2 and fourth position NO2. This is Z group. What is the reagent? NH2, NH, here NO2, here NO2. Name of this substance is, this is also similar like previous one, phenyl hydrogen, but in that phenyl group, second position and fourth position we have nitro groups. Then that name is 2,4 dinitro phenyl hydrogen. 2,4 dinitro phenyl hydrogen. Observe this one. Then we will write the reaction of this C double bond O with phenyl 2,4 dinitro phenyl hydrogen. Okay, ma. About this we have to talk about this reaction also, because this is one of the important tests we have to recognize. That one I will say. Before that, what is the Z group, ma? NH C6H5 with NO2 groups present. On which position? This is first position, ma. Here second, third, fourth. Second position and fourth position we have NO2. 2,4 dinitro. Present on which group? Phenyl hydrogen. It is totally related to hydrogen. NH2 is called hydrogen. Then this is called 2,4 dinitro phenyl hydrogen. the product here it is not possible to write. No? I will rub this one and I will write the product. Okay? When aldehyde or ketone reacts with this substance, then we will get C double bond N up to this common only, C double bond N. What is the Z group then? This is totally Z. NH NO2 NO2. This is the product formula. This is called 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone. Product name is 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone, which is orange red precipitate. Orange precipitate. PPT means precipitate. Okay, now what about this reaction we'll see. I think you are clear with this one. Name of the product also I wrote, no? Even this is the structure. If carbonyl compound C double bond O reacts with this 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine, this is a substance to be formed. Okay, that name is 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone and it is orange red precipitate, orange color precipitate. Now, when carbonyl compound, that is C double bond O, it is reacted with 2,4-DNP. Actually, this 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine is simply called as 2,4-DNP. In our laboratory, we have one reagent bottle with name 2,4-DNP, and this test is called 2,4-DNP test. Okay, now what is the use of this one? Remaining so many functional groups will be there. Out of that, which functional group we have to know given to us? They will give one compound given to us now. That compound contains which functional group? That one we want to know. So we will check with 2,4-DNP. So the given compound is taken in a test tube. To that I will add 2,4-DNP. Okay. When the 2,4-DNP is added, immediately that compound is reacted with the 2,4-DNP to be formed as 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone. We will get orange precipitate. Then we will understand the given compound contains aldehyde or ketone in our given compound. So we will do further tests for aldehydes or ketones. If you don't get this test, orange precipitate, we will go for another functional group. That orange red precipitate, what is going to be formed? That is, we cannot see. We can see with our eyes. That's why this is used as test mark. 2,4-DNP test. We can see with our eyes that orange red precipitate what is going to be formed. It is used as test for aldehydes or ketones. It is used for test for aldehydes or ketones. When aldehydes or ketones react with 2,4-DNP, we will get orange precipitate, which is called 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone. Okay. For you, I will share one video also in what way this test will be conducted and what is the color also in that video it will be visible. No? That one in tomorrow's class I will share with you. And regarding this, what about the things we have studied today? That is examples under examples. Reaction with NaHSO3. First one. Actually, first one reaction with HCl. Yesterday we completed. Today we have seen reaction with NaHSO3. Next, reaction with alcohol. Next, reaction with Grignard reagent. Reaction with ammonia and its derivatives. Okay. And one more derivative is there. No? The derivative reaction and what about this test video? That one once I will show in the next class. This is about today's class. No? All of you are clear about this one. Any doubts if you have? Just you can just send to me through WhatsApp. I will clarify that one. No problem. Once again, thank you all for today. Thank you.